Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, my global people. I know it's been a while and I'm very sorry. I apologize for the long absence, but I was busy doing things we all do. I was busy lifing, living my life. I'm back here on the channel. I want to apologize for not having been here for a few weeks or let's say a few months. As you know, for all the people who already follow me and those who don't know me, I'm Steph, aka the Global Hobo. Full-time living my life, part-time YouTube vlogger running this channel, part-time jewelry e-commerce entrepreneur. I'll link the website in the description below or up there, somewhere over there. And then running my life. So I was busy, if you were following me, working in a country that I've never been to before. So I was living in Greece, Thessaloniki to be precisely, the second biggest city in Greece. And I relocated there for a few months. So I'm right here in a new setting, another new country, another change. But I want to reflect on my time in Greece and I want to dispel a few myths about life in Greece. It's not all it's painted to be. So I want to reflect on my time over there and give you my pros and cons about life in Greece. So yeah, here we go. So without further ado, let's get started on the pros and cons about living in Thessaloniki. And as you know me on this channel, my videos are not always the best structure. They don't follow the best structure. So I will try to give you a pro and just counterbalance it with a con, or vice versa, the other way around at times. And I don't have a specific numbers of pros and cons. I will just do it with the feeling, with the flow. So, okay guys, without further ado, let's get started and let's get into it. So number one pro would be the actual cost of living. This could be a pro or a con. Cost of living. Compared to other European countries, so Greece can be pretty affordable. I was renting a one-bedroom flat in the center of Thessaloniki, which is not big, by the way. Thessaloniki is a sort of student city with not a lot of jobs and industry. Around 1 million people in the metropolitan area live, quite pleasant. And I was living in the city center next to a metro station and I was paying 460 euros a month without the bills for the rent. So if you add on to that the cost of living for food, so if you do some shopping, you have different supermarket like Discount Market or you have Carrefour Express and other places like that. Let's say for 20 euros I could do some shopping for maybe 2 or 3 days. So buying the basics, the basic staples and all of this. So cost of living can be quite affordable. A metro ticket would cost you around 60 cents, bearing in mind that Thessaloniki is not big. In terms of food, so if you want to eat outside, maybe you can eat in a basic restaurant, like for around, let's say, 10 euros for a main meal, 10 euros. Then you can add a drink like a beer or I don't know, a soft drink for maybe 2 euros, 3 euros. So it is affordable, but not as much as Indonesia, not as much as Asia. So that was my big disappointment when I arrived in Greece, but it's totally different. It's a brand new continent. So yeah, so I say I would counterbalance it with a con. The con are the salaries. So if you work for a Greek company, if you're hired by a company which is legally operating in Greece, there's a big economic crisis in Greece at the moment. You probably know it since 2006, 2007, even before that. And salaries are not high. I mean, if you earn something like even 800 euro or 900 euro a month after tax, so this is considered a okay salary. This is enough for you to, let's say, survive, I would say. but the minimum wage is around like 700 euros or so. I don't really know how local people cope, to be honest. Maybe they already own the property or something like that. But yeah, the salaries are not high and the economic opportunities are not plentiful in Greece. Like apart from tourism and people who try to cash in with Airbnb and properties, there are not so many industries and opportunities available. So that's number one. Cost of living counterbalance with salaries. Stay tuned until the end for my last con because this is a controversial one. And if you don't want to miss on that, stay tuned until the end. Number two, it's an obvious one, but the weather in Greece is great. It's always sunny. I mean, apart from 2 or 3 months during the winter where it can actually snow and it rains and it's cold. But when you arrive there and you have 9 months of sun, 9 months of pleasant weather, that's amazing. When you wake up in the morning and you can have a coffee in your terrace and you have this vitamin D, this sunshine showering on you. It's great. I mean, it makes you feel like so good. It does change your mood a lot. So that's a very good thing. And in 3 months that I've lived there, so I've lived there for 3 months during the summertime period, I only had 1 day of rain. And it wasn't even a full day of rain. It was maybe half a day of rain. And it rained quite a lot. It was heavy rain, but it just didn't rain for the whole period for 3 months, which was actually unbelievable. And it's not as humid as in Asia. It's hot, but it's not humid. You're not sweating for nothing, just for walking outside just for 2 minutes. So it's nothing like Indonesia, nothing like Southeast Asia. So that's great for your mood, the sun, the counterbalance of that. Summertime are very, very, very hot. Way, way too hot. There were days where you could not leave your house during the daytime. So you could only do things early in the morning or late in the evening. During the day, you only had to go. The only places of refuge were your home, where I hope you had the air condition, or to stay under a tree, under the shade of a tree. A lot of people do that, but it's still very, very hot, unbearable, and streets can be empty. Streets can be empty during the day because no one wants to venture out. Like, people don't go out, they wait for the evening to go out, and you can see actually the place come into life in the evening. You can see people around 7-8 p.m. like walking on the main promenade on the seafront and going to cafes and bars. So it's a bit of a dead place during the day because it's just way, way, way too hot. So yeah, great weather, sunny almost all year round. But number two, very hot in summer. So always, always, always try to keep in the shade or try to keep cool. So very important too. In summertime, you can have a lot of wildfires. So if you live near a forest or you live near in the countryside, more inland, you can have a lot of wildfire because of the extreme heat during the summer. Temperatures could easily reach 38 degrees, 39 Celsius, even 40 or more. So be prepared for that if you want to live in Greece full time or during the summertime. The good thing is that a lot of people speak English. It's obviously it's because of tourism, and I think a lot of people are welcoming to tourists. And if you don't speak any Greek, I think you'll get by just fine. In Thessaloniki, which is not that super touristy, I think the level of English is probably less than in other islands like Mykonos or Santorini or, I don't know, like other more touristy places. But you can get by. It's you would still have to adjust and maybe learn a few words in Greek and try to learn the alphabet as well to understand the signs. A lot of people speak English. That's a great thing. But also, like, if I want to counterbalance with it, because you live in a city and you don't live or you're not staying in the touristy places, people can be quite annoyed at you maybe being a foreigner. Like, it's just the reality of it. It's like maybe people are quite upset of seeing wealthy foreigners coming and enjoy their country while themselves locals are struggling to make the ends meet and to make a decent salary. And so they see people like snapping up like properties or Airbnb or like increasing rent, because Thessaloniki as well is a student city, but I think it's getting traction as well with foreigners coming to explore the Balkan area. So yeah, people can be quite annoyed at that, and you can feel it in the interactions. For me, my personal experience, I feel like the hospitality like with people is 50-50. Some people were very nice and friendly and welcoming, others not so much. You could feel it in the interaction that they just couldn't be bothered. They were like not even barely replying to you when you were coming inside a shop and just saying good morning or saying kalimera or kalispera or anything like that, and like not even saying thank you or things like that. So maybe it's a Greek thing, maybe it's the mentality, it's the Mediterranean Greek attitude, but sometimes I felt like the hospitality was not always the greatest. But it's my fault as well. I didn't speak Greek, I didn't learn enough, so yeah, so be ready for that. The next pro for Thessaloniki. The city is not big, it's not huge, it's like a big village, so therefore it's very walkable, very walking friendly, and it's very pleasant as well, because anywhere you live almost in Thessaloniki, whether you live near the seafront or you live more up in the hill, like in the mountains like Anopoli or areas like this, you're never too far from the sea. And so you can walk everywhere. You're not far from areas with bars and pubs like La Dadica, for example, or the seafront with all the bars. I've been to Athens a week before arriving in Thess, and I find Thessaloniki much more pleasant, smaller and more human than Athens. So yeah, great thing for Thessaloniki, yeah. Obviously, the next pro is no surprise, is the food. The food is just delicious, man. Like the produce are so fresh. The food, whether it's gyros, whether it's spinacota, whether it's all the pies they make, the vegetables, the moussaka, everything that you want in Greece, the food is just great. Fresh produce, real taste, it's great. It's not always affordable, but it's great. Like all the bakery around the corner, you can eat all sorts of pies, you can eat all sorts of bread, fresh vegetables and fruits, grocery around the corner. So it's fantastic for food. So yeah, and the Mediterranean diet is one of the best in the world. So yes, for food, if you're a food lover like me, amazing. And now for the last part, I would say that it would be controversial. And this is one of the main reasons why I actually left Greece. And it's very unfortunate. I mean, we're in 2025 and it's still happening. There's still some hostile mentality towards some people. And I hope this will help maybe some travelers. Not all the travelers, but some of them. Well, okay, let's get into it. If you're a person of color and you live or you travel to Greece, make sure that you have some form of ID with you at all time. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care if you think you're just an expat or you're just an American expat or Canadian or Australian or French like me, and you hold a strong passport, because there was and is still a migrant crisis in Greece, the police will see you as an illegal migrant. What happened to me? It happened to me twice in 3 months. That by just enjoying the sun, just sitting on a bench, minding my own business, enjoying the sun, or even just resting a little bit because the heat makes you so tired, I just got stopped and searched by the police twice in 3 months for actually no reason at all. And the first time it was pretty bad. I mean, I almost ended up at the police station because I never carry an ID with me. I never carry my passport with me. And the police didn't even want to believe that I was French, even though I showed them a picture of my passport on my phone and explained to them that I don't carry my passport with me because I lost it in France once and it took more than a month to redo it and I was scared to lose it. So I was explaining that to the officers and they would not believe me. They would not listen to me and they were very rude to me. They were thinking I was an illegal migrant, that I was not French, and they just wanted to take me to the police station. So this was the first time it happened. And the second time, in a different park, again, enjoying the sun, the same happened. It went very well because I had my ID with me. And since that first event, I take my ID everywhere I go in Greece. Whether I go downstairs to the shop just to buy some milk or some coffee or anything, or I just go out of the house for 2 minutes, I take my ID with me. And just as a word of advice for people of color, people who are from an Arabic background, people who come maybe from Central Asia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, or Iraq or other places, if you go to Greece, if you happen to live to Greece, or if you travel to Greece, my word of advice, always have some form of ID with you and don't get shocked if the police actually stopped and checked for your identity in the street, or even if some locals like stare at you and give you bad looks. It's just how it is. This is Greece. I never felt that in neighboring countries, like for example in Bulgaria, where I went a few times, but I'm sure it may be similar, I don't know. But I was quite surprised that it happened to me in Greece because I had a good idea or a good opinion of Greece before traveling there. But if it happened to me twice in 3 months for no particular reason, I'm not a troublemaker. I was just enjoying the sun. So be ready for that. Be prepared for that. I'm sure it can happen in a lot of other places in Europe, especially at the moment with the political tensions and dare I say racial tensions as well. So be ready for that, guys. If you travel to Greece or if you want to be an expat there, this can happen. So yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. So this is it, my global people. It's good to be back on YouTube. I will do my best, guys, to post more consistently and to be more regularly with you. So I will update you on my life. Actually, I can share you a little bit of update right now. I am stuck in a new place right here. I'm stuck in Germany. I came here for love. I came here to follow my girlfriend. And I'm stuck here in Hanover, apparently the most boring city in Germany. Well, I don't want to say anything too bad about it, but I'm pretty sure in the next episode you will get to discover this city with me. And hopefully as we get along, more of Germany, and maybe come with me with Deutsch classes, like German language classes, as I get to learn about the culture and the language. So that would be very interesting. So that's it, my people. It was a pleasure, as always, to provide this video for you. And if you have any question about other destinations that I've been to, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Southeast Asia, Germany, Greece, or wherever, any question whatsoever, ask. And if you want to support me, you can always go visit my jewelry website in the description below. There are a few collections, a few pieces only, but I will add more as I keep growing. So that's it, my global people. I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are, and I see you in the next video. Peace, my people.